Two dads, raising top-tier athletes, sons coached by their fathers from a young age, trained up. Lavar allowed his sons to commit to college early. He had no plans on coaching them in college. Deion, on the other hand, is coaching two of his sons in college right now. Deion previously had his own personal success. 30 years ago, he took the sports world by storm. But now he's taking the sports world by storm again. And by coaching his kids in college, he's climbing that ladder of success again as well. With this marketing strategy that he has is genius, built on hard work, dedication, what else? Motivation, inspiration, confidence, charisma, a love for the kids he's coaching. And it's all underlined by his faith. But what's most important to the sports fan about Deion's strategy is that it produces wins. And when you win, people get on board. In the sports world, there are things they call levels. You know, people say there's levels to this. And even though Deion is coaching at the highest level of college sports right now, it didn't happen overnight. You see how other coaches in schools first tried to look at Deion as just a novelty act. Even when he was winning at the HBCU level, many tried to downplay him and his son. If Deion would have went to the top 20 schools in the nation and asked, "Can I be the coach?" they would have said, "Oh, you were a great player, but no. Maybe come and give us a halftime speech, amp us up." In all honesty, the circle of the elite college club is not trying to have ex-NFL stars come in and shake things up, but it made sense for a smaller school to offer him a job. If you're an HBCU school that needs money and recognition, when a guy like Deion walks in, who's, like I said, Hall of Famer, he's got the rings, he's got the stats, he's got the highlights, he's got it all to prove who he is. Everyone knows who he is. It's like, what is there to talk about? Sign right here. Now, Lavar doesn't have any of that. So how could he coach anywhere? What small school would give him a chance? Although Lavar was a freak athlete, you're right, he doesn't have the rings. He wasn't even on the real team. But there is one thing that he did have, a small thing that could make a school look up. And that was three sons coming off of a national championship, undefeated team with the highest ranked guard in the country. A guy by the name of Lonzo Ball, the team Chino Hills. Maybe you've heard of them. So to a small school, getting Lonzo Ball to come there would be like an average man hitting the lottery. The simple commitment of his sons coming to the school would be enough to get Lavar a coaching job at a smaller school. The school is like, "How many sons do you got coming, Mr. Ball?" He's like LeBron in Cleveland when he's going to Miami. Not one, not two. And that's how the conversation changes. At first they're saying, "We can't make you our coach. You know, that would take our credentials down." But then they start seeing those dollar signs with each brother. And of course, the same way Deion had naysayers, doubters, people calling it a novelty act, that's okay. Because the only thing left to do after you get the job and bring your son is to start winning. People can criticize, people can make fun, people can downplay, but once you start winning, something happens. Deion was able to rally an entire community. You get people talking, you get attention, you get eyeballs, and the whispers start coming. Could he do this on the next level? In order to keep that buzz, you just have to keep winning. And Deion created an atmosphere on the field and in the locker room that his team and his son could continue to win. And Lavar could have done the same thing with his son, brought into a smaller program, change the culture, change the atmosphere, bring in his Louis luggage, so to speak, in Lonzo Ball, and then have the whole team believe that they can win again. We all know Lavar's plan was one and done, 1 year in college and get out of there. But what if he did like Deion and said, "Don't enter into the draft right away"?
So Deion says y'all ain't going nowhere. And for the record, Shedeur and Shiloh would be eligible for the upcoming NFL draft.
So if Lavar was coaching like Deion and he told Lonzo, "Don't enter the draft early," Lavar could have actually recreated Chino Hills at the collegiate level. Talk about a wild run. Talk about excitement. We would have got to see Jello showcase way more of what they wanted to show. And heck, if Lavar was the coach, I doubt the China incident would have happened. Now, don't misconstrue what I'm saying, because there's too many woulda, coulda, shouldas to flat out say, Lavar made these wrong decisions, he should have been the coach like Deion. That's not what I'm saying. There's too many different variables. But what I am saying is this: very few people could have had the chance at doing what Deion is doing currently. and LeVar Ball is one of them. They both have some unique factors at play. Colorado, the Buffaloes, this is a perfect storm. And in order to get this type of perfect storm, certain conditions have to be met. And LeVar has some similar conditions as Deion. Now, there are a lot of differences as well, don't get me wrong. LeVar didn't have Deion's money. I mean, he had Triple B money, he had Facebook money, but even the commitment it takes to coach at the college level is life-changing. Not everybody wants that job. Tina had a stroke, he still had a young LaMelo at home, and so much more I don't know about could have went into LeVar never wanting to be a coach. Heck, he'd rather start his own league. Remember the JBA? You know, coaching is a very ground level job. But Deion trained, raised his sons up, coached them up, and then went on to coach them at the college level. And by doing that, he was able to show the world they are the real deal. They got what it takes. He created the stage for them to display who they were. Now, if the Jello China incident doesn't happen, maybe we get to see Lonzo go, boom. Jello go, boom. LaMelo, boom. One after another from college to the NBA, because LeVar created a platform and a stage as well. And we could simply say, well, if Jello doesn't do what he does, this video is not even a conversation. But I'll tell you why it still is a conversation. Because even if everything went as planned and the boys were, well, I should say men now, are in the NBA, there's one thing, one stone left unturned. LeVar's real goal is not that they just got to the NBA, but that they could be a big three in the NBA. That scouts would look at them playing together, a light bulb would hit, and they say, this is phenomenal. We have to get them on the same team in the NBA to make general managers and coaches say, I want all three. If LeVar could have done a lot of winning at a Division II program with Lonzo, he could have went up and got a job at a D1 school. And then you got Jello coming. And not only that, because you do have the Ball brothers, now you can get better recruits. And with Lonzo Ball on the roster, you could have easily got some great commits to come to that school. Lonzo was the dream point guard. Everyone wanted to play with him. You were going to shine. It wasn't like going to a team that already had a superstar and you knew that you weren't going to get any looks. If you went to play with Lonzo Ball, you were going to get even better looks, not only just from the scouts, but on the floor. And just so you know, this isn't a personal comparison between LeVar and Deion's coaching either. They are totally different coaches with a few similarities, but different people have different approaches. I'll say this though, Deion's public coaching image is he's tough, but he's character building. While LeVar's public image by a lot of people is, oh, he's mean, he's crazy. But after hearing from guys that he has coached and their opinion of LeVar, guess what? They actually see him the same way. A coach that is tough and character building. Now, they both don't lack confidence, except most people see LeVar's as cockiness or conceited. But when you're around LeVar, he serves you. He serves people. He's literally concerned about your comfort when you're around him. I mean, don't disrespect him because his mood will change. But somebody that serves like that, I can't say they're all just cocky and conceited. But his confidence has never and still doesn't bother me at all. Now let's briefly flip this subject around. What if Deion decided to do his own brand like LeVar did? Deion just did a collaboration with another company and they made $1 million, which Deion will get his cut. But what if it was Deion's company?
Deion Sanders to put this Pacific Beach sunglasses company on the map.
Sunglasses are his trademark. I mean, that's what he loves. He loves loud sunglasses, and that's what Blenders makes. I mean, we specialize in loud, affordable eyewear.
What if those shades were 100% the Sanders family, their family business? What if they started dropping cleats and shirts and jogging suits and hats and everything else? LeVar's ideal was that athletes start building generational wealth through ownership. When you buy something with the athlete's name or likeness on it, that the athlete gets more money than anyone else. So that what happened to Kyrie Irving doesn't happen to you, the athlete being in complete control of their product. The Sanders family, they would clean up right now if they had their own business, own website out, selling all of this merchandise. But they're still doing very well. let's not get that confused. I'm just saying there's levels to this. Your favorite player is getting paid this, but the owner is getting paid that. LeBron is getting paid this, which is great, but the other folks at Nike is getting paid that. And Lavar, he takes a lot of flack for the Big Baller brand and starting a business with his family, but his goal is that the athletes stop only getting paid this, but them and their family start getting paid that, the bigger piece of the pie. But back to the original intent of this video. How do you think LaMelo would have done in college? That would have been crazy, especially if Lavar coached him. How do you think Jello would have done in college? Especially if Lavar coached him. Now, wait a minute. Do you guys even think Lavar would have got a college coaching job, D2 school or something? I think so. And I like Deion Sanders. I like what he's doing. I like his approach. I like his message. I watch his games. I root for him. But I'm not saying that I wish Lavar did what he did. Because like Lavar told me, the Lord has a way of working things out for a reason.
I'm concerned that your mouth might get in their way, though.
Huge target, a huge bullseye on his back because his father has talked so much about him.
I don't think it's a target on that back. I just think this teams are trying to beat me.
You have put a bullseye on your son, whether it's Patrick Beverly tonight or anybody else any other night. Everybody wants a piece of your son because of you.
If I didn't say anything, do you think they're gonna come at him still?
Would they be as motivated?
Hey, I want them motivated to the fullest. We love the competition. We don't hide from nobody.
But that's what it really is. I don't think they get any extra satisfaction, you know. It is what it is.
If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching. My name is Ballfax.